Hi, HRN listeners. We're celebrating our 15th anniversary, and we have a really fun campaign and an ask for you. This 15th anniversary tour is aiming to bring you closer to unique food and music experiences in some of the most exciting cities in America. All the while, we're raising funds to support our work empowering the next generation of food system storytellers through our fellowship programs. Here's how it works. Donate to HRN and be entered into a raffle in the city of your choice to win a dinner for two at a noteworthy restaurant and tickets for two to a concert at a prominent local venue. We have incredible partners in New York, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Nashville, Las Vegas, Charleston, Asheville, and Ardmore, Pennsylvania, who have donated a meal for two and two tickets to a concert of the winner's choice. And all donations help fund our fellowship programs, where we're helping to build essential workforce readiness skills and food system storytelling skills. Check out heritageradionetwork.org/15 to donate and enter to win today. That's heritageradionetwork.org/15. Thank you.
My name is Brandon Hoy, co-owner of Roberta's, a super duper awesome place. Roberta's is a very, 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 very proud sponsor of the Heritage Radio Network. We're also super awesome. Thank you, Heritage.
You're listening to Heritage Radio Network, broadcasting live from Bushwick, Brooklyn. If you like this program, visit heritageradionetwork.org for thousands more.
Hello, Mr. and Mrs. America, from border to border, coast to coast, and all the ships at sea. Streaming live from the County of Kings, Brooklyn, New York City, on the Heritage Radio Network. Are you ready for the fastest half hour on the internet today? It's the Mike and Judy Show, spanning the globe for high-minded hijinks and lowbrow kicks to bring you the best in sex, drugs, rock and roll, and nuclear fission. They're too bad for radio and too good-looking for television. And now, here they are, the Nichols and May of the Now generation, your hosts, Mike Edison and Judy McGuire.
Hi, Judy.
Hi, Mike.
Glad to see you back.
Thank you.
How's it going over there? You seem a little subdued today.
I have pneumonia.
Oh, man, but you are a trooper. The show must go on.
Yes, the show must go on, and I'm not contagious anymore.
It's Oscar Day.
Oh.
Speaking of the show must be going on, the Academy Awards.
But the Academy Awards, no, it's Oscar the Kitten Day.
Oh, Oscar the Kitten. How is Oscar? I understand he just had his own personal...
He had his own personal, a little side trip on his journey.
A little side trip. In other words, you emasculated another man. I
emasculated a little kitten, and we're having a little issue at home now because his former best friend, Mitzi, is not so into him in his neutered state. She's hissing at him.
Oh, no.
They're like the best of friends, and now I don't know if he smells like other bitches from the vet or what, but it's breaking my heart.
You know... you took his balls away, Judy.
But he still loves me. Mitzi wants a real man, I guess, an intact man.
Far fucking out. All right, it is Oscar Day, though, and I'm thrilled we've got Jenni Miller here, our film pundit.
Hi, Jenny. Thanks for coming.
Hello, thanks for having me.
And we've got the Super Bowl of halftime shows with our friends Boxtopus, our musical guests.
Hello.
All right, how you doing?
And that's
a genuine British person.
Yeah, that would be Punchy George, and of course his partner
Don Bon Jovi.
Don Bon Jovi.
I just got to say that you cannot have an unneutered male animal in the home. He will spray all over your wigs.
I had one that happened to me.
You cannot have cat semen on your wig.
No, it was a very awful. It was an awful day.
Well, actually, bubble gum or peanut butter gets that out.
The wig cleaner got it out, and she was not happy about having to touch a wig that my cat had sex with.
Peanut butter, man. No, because my cat Jeepster was a rescue, and he was scared, and he started spraying, and it was let's just say it was a catastrophe in D minor. Yeah, it was bad.
There's no smell like that smell. But so Jenny. I know Mike and I have been a little lame in seeing all the Oscar
No, not
picks.
lame, because I'm totally cynical of Hollywood. My money's been taken too many fucking times without getting my money's worth, and I'm fucking fed up with it, and especially that Spielberg guy. I hear, Lincoln's this wonderful thing, but he's taken my money too many fucking times without delivering.
Yeah. Fat James Spader. Don't see Lincoln. Fat
I mean,
Spader.
Spielberg, the last good movie he made is probably Jaws, but I'm willing to give him Close Encounters.
Jenny, I did not see Lincoln. I did not see Les Mis.
The only movies that are up for Best Picture that I haven't seen were Amour, because I'm not a masochist, and Life of Pi, because just timing issues.
Also, it looks awful.
Oh my god. I saw the trailer. It just turned me right off to it. Also, I'm geeky enough to be disappointed that it wasn't a movie about a big mathematician and a number. So,
I've heard it was amazing. It was wonderful use of 3D, gorgeous. I just didn't happen.
Were you singing along with Les Mis?
No, I actually saw it twice, not because I've ever seen Les Mis on Broadway, but because I have friends that love Les Mis. So we watched the screener that I was given and, made a night of it. And I kind of nodded off at one point. And then I brought a friend of mine to a screening. And again, I nodded off a little. But, it's very much like an experience. It's a lot of tight close-ups and a lot of cry face and
and a lot of Anne Hathaway, who I fucking hate.
Did they chop her head off?
No.
The best part of 7, when Gwyneth Paltrow's head ends up in the box.
What's in the box?
Oh, yeah, it's
Don't open the box. Don't open the box.
Open it.
didn't she die in that last Soderbergh movie too? Like in the first 15 minutes,
Yes.
right? And
It's her fault. She was all of Contagion was her fault.
yeah, well, he's another guy. His bad movie to good movie ratio is horrific. It's reprehensible. I mean, for a guy who's like a major Hollywood director.
So, what's your pick for the best film?
I mean, emotionally, or trying to judge what the majority of old white men in the Academy would pick.
I think when you said it all.
I mean,
Okay, your bet and what you would like to see win.
honestly, I'm not as old white man, so I can't even begin to guess. Like, no disrespect meant to my friends who are Oscar prognosticators who do this for a living. Like, I honestly cannot imagine. It could be Argo. Smarter people than me have pointed out Argo is a very like Hollywood movie. It's very like Hollywood can change the world. So that really plays the Academy's concerns.
Right.
I loved Beasts of the Southern
finger.
Wild. Yeah, totally. Littlefinger. And Zero Dark 30 was definitely my top pick of the year, period.
What about Django?
Okay, I saw Django and Zero Dark 30. I'll be honest with you, I did not like either of them very much.
I like Zero Dark 30.
I'm with you.
Yeah, tell me, Punchy, because by the way, we're the old white men in this crowd.
I'm not an Oscar
I'm a white
prognosticator.
man, but I'm not revealing my
Zero
age.
Dark 30. First of all, I didn't.
I
didn't think she was a strong enough actor, honestly, to carry the whole movie. I mean, I'm always glad to see a strong feminine hero. That's awesome. No, I thought it was kind of a.
I thought she was kind of blank too.
Nothing emotionally invested
I loved
in
the
it.
movie.
It was very flat. It's it's a pretty long drink of water. It's a pretty long walk for a drink of water, if you know what I'm saying. The last 20 minutes is the payoff, and it's amazing. I mean, in terms of the quality of craftsmanship and the filmmaking, it's astonishing. But the acting is flat. And as far as procedurals go, by the time the movie was halfway through, I was like, "What? Where did they get this? Who the fuck is that?" I was completely lost. It was more confusing than All the President's Men.
I got a little lost, but I was so into it. Like, sometimes I just get all in, and I'm like, fuck yeah, all right, I'm going to go with you wherever you take me.
That's how I felt.
I don't need to be spoon-fed, but it was the ending of the movie is really where it was at, and yeah, I thought she was flat. And Django, which is just, it's so derivative, it's another sort of homage to a genre. Can't the guy write some of his own music? Can he hire someone to write a fucking movie score, an original score? Or does he have to go like Pong to his record collection, which incidentally is the same record collection I have? It's all music from other movies. I'm getting a little tired of it.
What did you think of Django?
I actually saw Django twice, and I really, like, the first time I saw it, like I said, I was all in. I was like, yes, let's do it. I'm into it. And the second time I wasn't necessarily as bowled over, but I still enjoyed it. I, would be interested to see what was left on the cutting room floor. Kerry Washington.
Nothing, apparently. The movie was like 9 hours fucking long.
No, there's more, I'm sure. And Kerry Washington, her part was whittled down to nothing.
Nothing.
I think, I don't know. I enjoyed it. Technically, I don't know if it's a masterpiece, but
I like Don Johnson's look in that movie.
The only thing
I like when the horse danced at the end. He made the horse dance.
Yes, I want a dancing horse. I want a horse named Fritz.
Fuck Django. What should have been Unchained is the editor who could have cut that movie down to a manageable hour and 45 minutes.
But that's the thing now. Nobody wants to cut their damn movies down. What was it? The Daniel Day-Lewis. Daniel Day-Lewis, I'm so sorry. I used to love him, But he just does these awful roles now. Like Lincoln, he's so serious. He was so great in My Left Foot.
Great because James Spader to every donut shop, burger joint, and dive bar in Los Angeles for a year preparing for that role. He is obese.
I do like when the stars fatten up. Like my favorite Baldwin brother is the crack smoking fatty.
Yeah,
by far.
I like a little chubby.
I like when the stars fatten up. It's like when the stars converge, then fatten up. We will know it is time.
Who are the best actress nominees? We've got the oldest lady, the woman from Amour,
right?
Emmanuelle
Riva,
the youngster,
Lil Baby Q. Oh my God, she's so cute.
Was she amazing in that?
See, here's the thing with Beast is like, personally, emotionally, I can't really be logical about this movie. It touched me very deeply. There's a lot of things that touch me about, the father.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Anyway, so I saw her as like this amazing kind of kid coming of age, being like a badass little warrior princess.
Was she as good as Tatum in Paper Moon?
Yes, she's cuter. She's like amazing. And so, there are a lot of people that say it was like a Hallmark card, it's poverty porn, blah, blah, blah. And I didn't see it that way. I thought it was an amazing movie.
Oh, what do we think about giving kids awards in general? I mean, who have no real careers, no real experience, I mean, they're kids. They're kids. And I'm not saying it's not a great performance, but, where is that at relative to like a veteran actor really turning it on?
I mean, you could definitely make the argument that it's better to honor actors who have a lot of training. Of course, Emmanuelle Riva is, a wonderful, strong actress who has a body of work behind her.
But that's what Lifetime Achievement Awards are for, right?
Right.
I mean, if somebody blows everyone away, it doesn't really matter if they've never...
Speaking of Lifetime Achievement Awards, what was that thing that bauble they gave to Jodie Foster? What was that, the Golden Globes? See, I hate award shows, so this is sort of like on my periphery.
Well, Golden Globes is just the Hollywood is like the foreign people reporters who get mad junket loot,
But look at Jodie Foster. I guess she's Hollywood royalty at some point, but look at her output. She has made so many bad movies relative to the few good ones she's made. Taxi Driver was a long time ago, speaking of child actors. And since then, she's made a lot of really forgettable thrillers. I mean, really? I mean, as a director, she hasn't really distinguished herself. She makes a couple good things here and there. But a filmography that's got 30 pictures, probably there are 5 that are even watchable or memorable.
I haven't seen the Beaver movie yet.
Yeah, I haven't either. It's supposed to be,
but she is close personal friends with Mel, so I think that counts against her.
I don't even understand that.
Now
he hates
that
gay
crazy
people.
fucker makes good movies.
I'll say what. That motherfucker. Apocalypto rocks. Okay, how did that even get made? That is like Cecil B. DeMille, like holy shitland. Okay, 5,000 Mayans. The thing's not even in fucking English. How does that even get? It's awesome, right?
I want one of those jade nose things.
I know someone who can hook you up.
Nice.
Oh, man.
Well, I think we're gonna hear
Don Vaughn.
we're gonna hear from Don Bon Jovi and Punchy George in about a minute. Like, what are you guys gonna play?
Boxtopus.
Yeah, with Boxtopus. What are you gonna play for us?
Well, if I can get my eyes off this delicious-looking pork chop that the gentleman right outside the booth is eating,
we do have the best view in the
we're
house.
We're going to do a couple of our big hits.
Okay.
This is good. This is our version of what the Academy would call a production number.
Okay, great.
All right, bring on the razzle dazzle.
I'm going to turn on my boob.
I can complain more about Jodie Foster while you guys get ready.
Well, she didn't win the Oscar when she was a child, and then she had a good career. But look at Tatum O'Neal.
Wait, what's the one?
Look what happened to her. They
the
gave
Walt
her an
Disney
Oscar.
movie.
I kind of want to refer more to that incomprehensible speech that everybody was going gaga for. What a fucking mess.
Sorry.
I was thrown out of NYU for less.
I love having musicians in the studio.
I know, I'm all hooked up. I got headphones.
I wish everyone could
wires and-
see the mounted amp.
This isn't even the smallest place they've ever played. All right, here we go. Boxtopus.
1, 2, 3, 4. Well, my baby needs a lot of love rock and roll. I like music. Yeah.
Boxtopus, can
That
you
was
dig
great.
it? Woo-hoo. All right. Next stop.
We're going to hear from them later in the show.
You know, Don Bon Jovi, you remind me of an old friend of mine.
Who would that be?
You know my friend Lynn Vaughn used to sing in this band, The Willies, and she had this great band, The Trick Babies, for a while.
Yeah, she's a distant cousin.
Yeah, I hear it.
Right.
You know, in fact, we're going to take a break, and I think I got a song by The Willies queued up there, Joe the Punk Rocker. Got The Willies for us. Let's take a quick break. Let's hear a song from our old friends, The Willies, and it's the Mike and Judy Show here on the Heritage Radio Network. We'll be back in a minute.
On top of the ground, big beds of rock. Inside of the earth, it's all bubbling hot, shaking everything out. Hot lava inside. Well, it's a genuine earthquake when I look in your eyes. Mountains are growing out of holes in the ground. Well, everything looks real weird. I don't know my way around. Well, y'all kisses up good. Don't know my name. Earthquake change everything. It's gonna make you insane. Earthquake.
That cousin of yours sure can sing, Don.
Well, you know, it runs in the family. That kind of tenet.
So, Judy, how come you and I aren't hosting the Oscars this year? I mean, maybe now that I've ragged on Harvey Weinstein's boy, you know, that horse has left the stable. Look at that.
Well, first, okay, I am not really sure how they've been picking them lately. I thought Anne and James were a nightmare. That was horrible. She was so ninth grade, I want to be the star of every single play, and he was just high or something. He was just boring.
Was totally high.
Yeah, I don't watch these things, but that was the word on the street. That was amateur hour and a really bad choice. And I don't know, some sort of nod to young hipsters and NYU students. I don't know.
It was painful.
But during our break, we almost all came to blows over Seth MacFarlane. I am anti Seth MacFarlane. Don?
I think he's a great entertainer.
I think you're a little gay for Seth. I do.
Possibly.
I'm not a Family Guy guy, but I love Ted. I thought it was like shockingly funny. I was like really, really pleasantly surprised. You know, and again, it just speaks to like I pay $11.50 or $13, whatever the fuck it costs over at the Googleplex in my neighborhood to see a movie. I expect the minimum of like $13 worth of entertainment. I expect a comedy to be funny, a romantic comedy to be funny and romantic, a horror movie to be scary. Jenny and I were talking about this before we came on. Mm-hmm. How come no one can make a good horror movie anymore? The scariest thing I've seen is American Horror Story, season 2 on television, which kicks ass over any horror movie I've seen in the theater in years.
I just saw that scared the poop out of me was Dark Skies, and I don't understand what happened because I was reviewing it. It was not screened for critics, so some friends of I went, who also read about movies. We went to go see it. It was this whole mishigas, like the file was corrupted. We were at the midnight movie. It was ridiculous. So I ended up having to go the next day, and I was expecting just a shit show because that's what happens when you
The file
hide.
is corrupted.
Yeah, when you hide a movie, and it was really scary. Another one, Sinister. I thought was very scary.
I was going to say that. I'm watching it now.
Oh,
Wait a minute, you're watching it now. What the
Well,
fuck
no.
does that even mean?
You're right
Well,
here.
no,
You're
not
right
right now.
here,
Well,
Punchy
all
George.
right.
Punchy.
You've heard of cyborgs, yes?
oh no.
No, anyway, at home, on my DVD, I'm in the middle of it, and
That
it
must
is
be
frightening.
Is Sinister out on DVD, or do you
Yes.
have a bootleg? Okay, good.
It is.
I didn't want to have to call the
It's
police
really
on
scary.
They can't catch me.
you. When I went to the movie theater this week to see Amour, which was like just open a vein and kill me, the most awful thing happened. I wanted to see people. I wanted to listen to people talk French for a couple hours. I thought it would be fun, so I bought a croissant to snack on during the film. And the kid went through my bag, took my croissant, and made me check it.
Well,
Check your croissant.
Ce n'est pas acceptable.
Sacre bleu.
That's
Sacre bleu.
ridiculous.
I had a half a playing card, and the other half was closed into my croissant in a small
Now,
round
what are you
bag.
saying to some...
So when you
some-
came out, it was all oily, the paper.
Yeah.
I hate that. I hate that.
What do you say to the kid in the movie theater who wants to go through your bag? Like, get the fuck away from me, you little twerp.
I do go to
Hipster
some
retard. Get away from me.
Yeah, I go to some like screenings where they go through our bags, make sure we don't have any recording devices because, of course, if you're in a movie theater full of cranky movie lovers and critics, they're not going to be like, turn your fucking phone off if you're suddenly recording it. And it's crap.
I went up to see the Texas Chainsaw Massacre reboot
In 3D.
Right? In 3D. It was terrible. It's unfucking believably bad.
So
And
bad.
I know. Maybe you're not shocked that the new Texas Chainsaw Massacre is bad, but honestly, the first one was made with no money and no technology, and it rocked balls, right? And
Yeah,
it was nerve-wracking.
Texas.
It was
Woo!
awesome. So, given the fact that we have the benefit of 30 years of horror movies, that we have behind us to learn from, how do you turn in a bad movie?
It was a
all the people
shonda.
want? It was a shonda. It was a shonda.
You should not know from it.
I love Jenny. She's already used more Yiddish on the show than anybody.
I think she wins for the most Yiddish.
Yeah.
Mishigas being my favorite word, by the way.
Michigan is
But
my
all I
favorite.
want in 3D is I want blood and I want flying chainsaws.
Yeah.
That's it? How do you fuck that up?
They like threw one chainsaw at you and were like, all right, we're done.
But let me tell you, I went to see it up at Times Square, and you getting busted for your croissant up at the Times Square, theater. People were bringing in pizzas.
Yeah.
Well, that's the way it should
six-packs.
be. You should be able to bring in a little.
Like bread and cheese and wine.
When exactly for a fine price.
Well, it was more like Boone's Farm and and some cheap
Right,
weed
and some-
up at Times Square theater. But yeah, man, whatever
All
floats
the-
your boat.
Right.
Suspicious stains on the seats. I know all these theaters. I've been there.
Peanut butter.
But this was in the new Williamsburg Cinema, which is very nice. But I will be hiding
But the local
croissant
gendarme
a little better.
put the pinch on your croissant, didn't
Yeah,
they, GD?
you have to hide that behind, like under your lady, like tampons or
Right.
pads or whatever. You just
As
shove it
opposed to
under
your men
there,
tampons.
and then they're too embarrassed to look, and you're like,
I
"What?"
need to keep an empty box in my purse.
Yeah,
Wow.
An empty
Wow,
tampon
the
box.
the tampon
Put all the food
defense.
in there.
I'm like, you want to go through my purse? Good luck,
It's like
dude.
the Streetist Defense Initiative. It's like Star Wars, except it's a tampon box. That would work, too.
Sorry, that was a
But
pneumonia.
the guy,
call.
you didn't like him more. Now, that's the guy that directed Funny Games, right?
Yes,
Boy, I hate that.
it's
It's a torture movie. I can't dig it. It's
Did
not
he-
funny.
Did he direct it twice?
yes,
Or two?
shot for shot. That was him.
Yeah, really, because he didn't inflict enough pain the first time. The guy's a fucking sadist. I'm not against seeing like violence or even torture in context. I mean, Reservoir Dogs, great movie. I could watch it. But Funny Games, 10 minutes into it, I'm like, fuck this. It's not funny. It's torture for torture's sake. And I don't get off on seeing other people hurt, except in context.
That was actually based on a true story. Funny Games.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's just awful.
That really happened. That shit really happened.
I can understand what he's trying to say as far as, we're culpable as audiences to want to watch this and so naughty and bad, but, and he's technically excellent, so on and so forth, but that doesn't mean I enjoy it. That doesn't
Well, it's
mean...
every Tom and Jerry cartoon. You're
Yeah,
culpable for.
but I think those topics have been pretty well addressed, say, like rollerball. And Yeah, okay, great. As an audience, we're culpable because we like violence. Well, fuck yeah. But that doesn't free him from the responsibility of making an entertaining movie. And I guess we go to movies for all sorts of different reasons, and they don't all have to be like, popcorn entertainment movies. I like a serious picture. But you gotta be some kind of fucking sicko to sit there and enjoy that.
Well, I mean, there's movies as catharsis, movies as, a sort of group experience. I think, Amore sort of shows you the horror of real life and death and so on and so forth.
Which is coming for us soon enough.
I know. So I personally made the decision not to see it, and, however that reflects on me personally, I'm fine with. I just don't want to.
I think we're getting ready. Oh, we're almost out of time.
Once again, the fastest 30 minutes on the internet. So you having an Oscar party at your house tonight?
Yes, with me and 3 kittens.
Yay!
I'm going to...
You're going to celebrate Oscars...
Oscar's deballing by watching the red carpet.
You should get him some nudicles.
Oh, no. He doesn't need fakes.
You guys got another song for us?
Yeah.
The Boxtopus? You guys got set up. And I just want to say my final word on the Academy Awards. I'm looking at this list of Best Pictures since 1927. And you know what's wrong with this list? Spinal Tap's not on it. Jacques! You see? This is what's wrong with the entire system. Okay? I hold it up as evidence of a flawed, corrupt system.
So if they ask you to host, you will decline.
Like I said, I think that ship has sailed, Judy. I don't think my name's
Me and Punchy George are going to have to do it.
All right, before you get on, Boxtopus, where can we find you? You got a gig coming up?
Yeah, we'll be at the Grand Victory on Wednesday, March 13th with the Cut Up Cold.
All right, check your croissants at the door. It's been the Mike and Judy Show here on the Heritage Radio Network. It's here for Boxtopus, and we'll see you next week.
1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2.
Some people say if you smoke a lot of weed, you're gonna get man boobs and need a bra. But Chinese Henry doesn't have man boobs, even though it smokes weed all day long. Yeah, Chinese Henry doesn't have man boobs. Chinese Henry doesn't have man boobs. Chinese Henry doesn't have man boobs. Chinese Henry, he ain't got no man boobs.
Thanks for listening to this program on heritageradionetwork.org. You can find all of our archived programs on our website or as podcasts in the iTunes Store by searching Heritage Radio Network. You can like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter at @heritage_radio. You can email us questions at any time at info@heritageradionetwork.org. Heritage Radio Network is a non-profit organization. To donate and become a member, visit our website today. Thanks for listening.
Hey there, I'm Lee Ullman here with some big news from the National Young Farmers Coalition. We're partnering with Heritage Radio Network on a special season of The Farm Report. It's all about what's happening with the Farm Bill and how it impacts farmers and eaters.
I am growing diversified vegetables on land that's been in our family for 150 years.
And so with the pandemic, gentrification, property values going up, we had to sell the land and we lost it.
Join us as we uncover the untold stories behind this massive piece of legislation that shapes how we grow our food, what we eat, and so much more.
The problems we have had, those are things that come from earlier Farm Bill and USDA policy, right? Like Earl Butts, get big or get out.
It's my responsibility to know not only what I'm eating, but then like how that all came to be, and realize like, wow, like this piece of legislation, all this money, like it's technically something that I support as a taxpayer.
While Congress debates the next Farm Bill, this is not just an invitation to listen. It's a call to action. Be part of the conversation. Subscribe to the Farm Report on Heritage Radio Network, wherever you listen to podcasts.